What is up and is going on, guys? Simpzy here and welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 14 QPR career mode. In today's episode we have two matches, the first of which is against Arsenal in the Capital One Cup final, and then later on the episode we have a Barclays Premier League match against Manchester United. So guys, we're in the Capital One Cup final. Now, I did say throughout the career mode that I didn't give a shit about the Capital One Cup. I don't care about the FA Cup. And surprisingly, simulating the... Oh, I think we might have played a match here and there for it. Maybe the quarters or the semis, I can't quite remember. But I said, I don't care how we go. My main focus is a top 4 spot to get European football for next season. And we have a Capital One Cup match against Arsenal, which is going to be very, very interesting to see how this develops, this match. But guys, if you haven't watched the last episode, I highly recommend you do, because we did sell Edison Cavani to Chelsea for 103 million, and then that in turn made the signing of Sergio Aguero and Ciro Immobile, the Italian, and also some other lower signings. Yeah, sorry, not lower, younger signings in Bentalab from Tottenham Hotspur, the 20-year-old, and we did get an Italian from Juventus. His name is Massimo Troanilio. That's how you say his name. He's a 17-year-old. He's got 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills, and he shows a lot of promising potential, I think. Even though I did overspend on him, he's worth 250,000. I actually paid 2 million for Juventus, but obviously you do pay a lot more in the final hours in the transfer window. And what are the odds of a 17-year-old coming out with 5-star weak foot and 5-star skills with 81 acceleration, 74 sprint speed, 74 agility? I'm just reading some of his stats because he's such a good player. I reckon he was such a good buy even for the 2 million. And I'm sure if we nurture him and bring him through the youth ranks, I think he'll be a fantastic player in the future. But we are versing Arsenal here, both teams being relentless. Oxlade-Chamberlain being let too far in there. But both sides played well and defended well. We both gave equal opportunities. We both couldn't put them away, and neither could Arsenal. But really solid defending from the back three. I did put up a solid team against Arsenal. Like, if we're in the final, we might as well play it and hopefully get some silverware. So this is only Immobile's and Sergio Aguero's second match for the club. Their first Capital One Cup match is a final. That was a shocking shot there. But, guys, it actually went to extra time, the last chance. Danny Welbeck, unfortunately, does get cleared by the Arsenal defence, and it does go to extra time. Now, we do a substitution here. We do bring on Menez off the bench. And, oh my God, Menez, what an impact he has instantly. But a nice through ball in there, trying to get it up. But we went to the first half of extra time and didn't amount to anything. But straight from the kickoff, I did bring on Granado and Torre off the bench as well. But Sergio Aguero on the ball. He finds Menez. Menez is going to cut back inside past Jenks. But then he goes back out to the wing. And he cuts back in past Mertesacker. And he buries it in the bottom right past Szczesny to make it 1-0 to Arsenal. And what a signing Menez is, coming off the bench and scoring for us. Cutting back inside because Danny Welbeck has that first team winger position. Now, this is not how it ended here. Menez, oh my God, just remember the name Menez, because this match actually turns very, very quickly into a rout, and I really can't wait to show you how this ends. But Szczesny, Szczesny there, not looking overly too happy with that result. But Menez on the ball again. He's trying to hunt for his second. We do give Arsenal a bit of a break through there. But Danny Welbeck with the interception. He's holding up for Sergio Aguero and Torre to come back onside. But somehow Arsenal managed to still get it back from that defense. Just watch this. Menez is set through again through the through ball. And a nice little dink over the top in extra time to make it 2-0. And that's Menez's second goal. What a fantastic strike. Like, this was like very, very early on. That's why I showed the full replay of that. But a nice thinking, the former PSG player, to dink it over the defender to make it 2-0. And it really did open up the game, that first goal from Menez. And it was a fantastic strike, to say the least. and looks like we're going to be winning our first our first Capital One Cup with the club. So there he is, Menez, the man of the hour. But guys, that's not how it was going to end. Menez got another through ball in the 120th minute. Menez gets his hat-trick. And you wouldn't have thought by the end of extra time that we would have won 3-0 and Menez would have got his hat-trick. Absolutely fantastic player. And I'm so happy we did sign him on that pre-contract. Oh, Menez, man. I don't know. Chesney must be so disappointed for himself, having the whole 90 minutes a clean sheet and to concede a hat-trick. Menez, without a doubt, wasn't going to miss that one, and I'm so happy he did pick up his hat-trick. But a fantastic strike from the player to claim our first Capital One Cup of the first season being back promoted into the Premier League. Menez picking up a hat-trick, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But guys, just to quickly recap the last episode, we did end up winning 2-1 over Stoke City. That was a good result. Gomez and Diego picking up both goals. Unfortunately, Immobile and Sergio Aguero didn't pick up their debut goals. But that was the only match of the last episode because it was we had the January transfer window. But it's good to see I get a cup. But guys, it still remains that Immobile and Sergio Aguero haven't picked up a trophy yet. But Sergio Aguero, the captain of QPR now, seeing Edison Cavani did leave. But Sergio Aguero picking up a Capital One Cup trophy, and it was good to see for the lads. Whether or not, well, there were so many factors of why we won this. Like I said, top four have Champions League football. They are really, really stretched. And to be, if you said to me, if QPR would be winning the Capital One Cup in their first season, I wouldn't have believed you. But this isn't really QPR when you think about it. There's not many first team players that were in the Champions League. This squad has been revamped so much. It's probably a good reflection. If you just like started watching this career mode, so oh yeah, QPR won the Capital One Cup. That's bullshit. He's obviously cheating. Like, this isn't QPR. This is a brand new team with so much potential. Obviously, you have your Julius Caesar and your Junior Hoilett and your Young. But apart from that, most of the first team players last year on the bench being rotated. But we did have a very easy run in the Capital One Cup. A 4-2 win over Liverpool, a 1-0 win over Everton, and a 2-0 win over Hull. But we're really going to be tested in the Premier League against Manchester United. And like I said, Arsenal's squad was stretched. They are trying to fight for their Premier League title race. And they obviously have European football, and I don't think they care about the FA Cup and Capital One as well. Basically, we won on the day, which is absolutely fantastic. But Crystal Palace, Leicester City, and Wigan Athletic could be facing relegation this season. So that's always the thing when and one side gets promoted, there's always someone going back down, which is kind of sad. I'll be sad to see Crystal Palace because I quite like them. But we do have a match against Manchester United. Manchester United have had really revamped their defence. They got Budstebert in goal. They have two Germans, funnily enough, and they have Matt Hummels. But we are versing them at Old Trafford. We did actually draw 0-0 at our first occasion in the season, at the start of the season. But Diego on the ball here. Fellaini manages to dispossess and finds Young on the wing, who is playing some tiki-taka football with Van Persie. And Van Persie has a wayward shot trying to test Julius Caesar on the outside of the box there. But Manchester United were trying to get off to an early start there, whipping in a ball into one Mata. But Julius Caesar, I've been rotating Julius Caesar with Zut because I don't know about Zut. He's all right. He's an all right goalkeeper, but he's still very young. And seeing Caesar has a really good stat on him. But Sergio Aguero sends through Immobile, and he's trying to get his first goal of the campaign, but unfortunately it just goes wide. And Sergio and Immobile are yet to score a goal for me. Rode on the ball finds Menez, the man of the match against the match against Arsenal. But Danny Welbeck on the wing here scores against his former club in the 64th minute to start us off. Now, I probably was a little bit hesitant to have Danny Welbeck on the wing, but surprisingly, he actually works out quite well, even though he can actually play left mid. That's actually on his position card, so I am playing a 4-1-2-1-2. And he's working out well, even though he's probably, I don't know, probably more better. I don't know, probably should be better, more utilised with his heading ability. But Danny Welbeck picking up a nice goal here. Manchester United on the ball here with Fletcher. Marouane Fellaini puts it back to Fletcher. And Fletcher's going to try and whip it in here to Robin Van Persie. And Robin Van Persie does the deed, putting it straight past Julius Caesar, who did manage to keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. But what a dick celebration from Robin Van Persie. I'm a Manchester United supporter myself, and I love Robin Van Persie, but when he scored that, I was just like, that motherfucker. But speaking of motherfuckers, Fellaini scores in the 90th minute to make it 2-1. I thought we had a very good match against Manchester United, but obviously the Premier League squad had, I don't know, they were just better on the day. And Marouane Fellaini really did capitalise on his opportunity. But Menez wasn't going to step down. He manages to whip it into Gomez. But the header just goes wide, and Gomez wasn't... I think he used up all his miracle magic in that match against Arsenal. But I was happy to see Danny Welbeck get man of the match and picking up a goal against his former club. But nevertheless, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on this video to support my channel. And there's going to be more QPR career mode coming out tomorrow. So, guys, thank you very much. And make sure to go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. Goodbye.